I never ever film intros or outros, so here's me editing. I've got really big pregnant boobs. So I just wanted to say that, because I didn't say it in the video because I'm dumb, I moved from Pemberton. I moved back to Bunbury. Hang on, I'm just gonna take my iron tablet. Iron, folic acid, vitamin B12 and vitamin C, so really important stuff for pregnancy. And it's made in Switzerland, so it's legit. Shouldn't have done that because now I'm not going to be able to talk. Save that for later. I'm discreetly covering up my double chin. In the beginning of the video, I'm going to talk about why I moved from Pemberton and left working at the hotel and quit my job, because here we go. Don't get me wrong, working there was great. Like, I love everyone there that I work with, but I was isolated. I didn't have anyone besides Matt. I had no friends, no family. Yes, that is where my dad's side of the family is, but I never saw them. I had no way of getting about. I was in my first trimester and literally had no energy and had all that, you know, low iron and all these problems, and I was working so hard and worked myself too hard that I made myself bleed, and then I had to like have bed rest. I just found it hard being on my feet for like hours, especially doing like the night shifts. I'm so out of breath. Thank fuck I had Matt, because if I didn't have him, I'd be lost without him, because he has done like everything for me. I owe my life to Matt, honestly. But I decided, you know what, no, I need to be around my friends, I need to be around my mum, I need to come back home. Which was a weird feeling for me because I spent my teen years growing up here. I always couldn't wait to get out, and my dream was to go to Perth and, you know, go to uni and do these things, and I could not wait to leave Bunbury. It's so weird, but I'm glad to be back, living with mum and my siblings. So I'm going to go through some of the brutal truths of being pregnant, because my body has really changed. Every time I like look in the mirror when I'm about to climb in the shower, I want to cry. God, which, as you can imagine, makes things hard being in a relationship. But yeah, my body's really changed, and of course this is all he's ever known of me, is my being pregnant. So I feel sad that like he hasn't seen me at my best. He hasn't seen me when I like peaked in year 11, you know. All he sees is that like I'm out of breath and I'm like lazy and emotional. Oh. And insecure and like complaining all the time and like, oh, I don't have the energy to do this. So I'll talk about some of the things that have changed, and it's brutally honest, but that's how I've always been, so suck a dick. So one day, once upon a time, one day, I went to take a shower or something, I don't know. I happened to look at my back in the mirror, and I noticed that my back was covered from like neck to bum in pimples. It just reminds me of that scene from freaking Selena Gomez's Cinderella Story. The evil stepmom is played by that fucking chick from Glee, and she's singing that song about back knee.
You know, I'm not just a pop star. I'm also a human being, and I've suffered from embarrassing back acne for years.
Not since I've been using Baby Got Back Knee Vanishing Cream.
All your sisters just look uncool. You give your man a heart attack, cause you got acne on your back.
But Baby Got Back Knee.
Live back knee free.
I mean, like, you can see it even there, you know? Look at this. It's spread down my chest and it's spread down my arms. I think, honestly, it's just hormones. It's just this pregnancy. It just one day made my whole back break out. And it's been like that ever since. So I'm really insecure when it comes to that. I don't feel like, you know, hey, Matt, time for me to get naked and show you all my pimples. You know, it's like, it's not hot. It's not hot. And then, what else have I had? Also, randomly, like, I just woke up one day and noticed it. Stretch marks on my boobs. Purple ones. Anyway, I'll see if I can show you without, like, giving a nip slip. Which wouldn't be hard, because my areolas have grown. So here we have stretch marks. Matt pointed out first, he was like, whoa, your like nipples have gotten big, and I was like, oh my god, what? Nick Jonas pepperoni nips? I was like, I'm pretty sure this will go back to normal like after the pregnancy. It's just a pregnancy thing. Yep, some more stretch marks. So yeah, then I've had low iron. One time we went to Coles to get some vegan ice creams, and after that I seriously was like, I can't. And I sat on like one of the bench things inside of the supermarket, and I just sat down and I was like, I cannot go home. Because we walk like everywhere. That's Matt's deal. He loves to walk. I was like, you don't understand. I do not have an ounce of energy left in me. Like, I cannot walk back home. And so he said, right, okay then, here's what we're gonna do. And he grabs a Coles trolley, shoves me in it, and trolleys me home. And it was funny and quirky and like cute. Couple goals, you know. It's also very embarrassing. Another thing I get is really sore back and neck. It feels like it's out. At one point I was like paralyzed from the pain. Like I was lying down in bed and like something caught, and I was like yelling, and I was like, Matt, like I cannot move, please can you like roll me over, I need to be rolled over. And I'm constantly cracking my neck. Everything feels so sore. Every now and then he'll give me a massage. That shit's like crack. Like I love it. It's so good. Just you touch me like that and I'm like, ah. Like it's so good. It's like, oh my god, you don't even realize how sore I am. And obviously another thing that's made me insecure is my body, just in general, just my tummy. Every time I wear something I'm like, oh, because it's sort of that awkward phase where I don't look obviously pregnant. So people look at me and just think like, oh, she's a bit fat, like she needs to lose weight. People always ask me how's the baby, and I never know what to say, because it's like, well, I mean, it could be disabled for all I know. I don't actually know. I mean, I guess it's going good. Nobody asked me, how are you doing, Chloe? I'm the one suffering here. Nobody cares about me. I'm just fat and have big nipples now. Like my areolas are like so fucking huge. I mean, today, for example, I just want to tell you, like, this is a piece of my life. Suddenly out of nowhere, after making myself a pasta, my stomach got really sore, and I thought, well, I'm gonna go shit my pants now. So, and I'm sitting there and I'm all hot and sweaty as per usual. With IBS, I'm in so much pain. I just get really hot. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, this pain in my stomach is so bad. And then randomly, what happens? Vomit just comes out of my mouth. No warning, nothing, just comes out of my, I don't know an explanation for anything I'm going through right now. Physically, emotionally, spiritually, environmentally, I just don't have anything to say about anything. I'm apparently doing everything wrong though. And like every time I'm eating a meal, or like, you know, a piece of cake, people are like, you need to be careful because you're gonna get really fat. Like you're gonna get so fucking fat. And like you really shouldn't be eating that. And you're gonna make your baby fat, and your baby's gonna be so big that it's not gonna fit out of your vagina because it's gonna be so fat from that burger that you're eating right now. I feel like really critiqued by everything I do. People are like, are you sure that's safe to do when you're pregnant? I'm like, oh my god. Like, do you really think I haven't sat there for half an hour googling it? But yeah, I've been like quite healthy. I literally had a frozen Coke the other day and my mum was like, oh my god, that is so bad, Chloe, because it's got caffeine in it. It's got freaking caffeine. Your child's gonna like be mutilated. I mean, what's the word? That's another thing, pregnancy brain? Pregnancy brain? Next week, I find out the sex of the baby, whether it's a boy or girl, and I also find out if it's retarded. Oh my god, I can't wait to find out all the results of what happened, what was the effect on my child after having one frozen Coke. It's not like I fucking smoke crack.